I'm Kitty Pilgrim, and you're watching Fem-nominal TV.
Fem-nominal caught up with Kitty Pilgrim at the WIE Symposium in New York. Kitty was a correspondent and anchor at CNN, garnering numerous industry awards. More recently, she's written 2 adventure novels, but it's equally impressive what she achieved at home.
It was interesting when I started because I was given a choice when I first started at CNN, and I started very early, very early, one of the first people there. They gave me a choice. They said, we have a fashion department, we have general news, I can't remember what else, we have showbiz, and we have financial news. And I said, I'll take financial news. And the man who interviewed me said, really? I said, yeah, I'll take financial news. It sounds the most interesting. So that's how I started doing financial news.
How did you translate what you reported on in the business sector into your life?
It was very funny because I was a working woman with 2 children. I was a single mom, and we were covering the Gordon Geckos of the world. And so there was this huge split out. I had sort of a Tom Wolfe moment every single day in covering such enormous wealth and enormous excess, and then having to put together my own family, my own finances. But I did learn that it is important to pay attention to it, and that you can actually start to build your own personal security on a daily basis. And that's very important for every single woman to understand, no matter what level they're on.
Do you have any tips on how you were able to do that as a single mom?
You should really take a look at what is discretionary. Of course, you have to have a roof over your head, but after food, clothing, and shelter and transportation, look at what you're spending on discretionary things. And that doesn't mean that you should live like a miser. You can splurge, but budget for the splurges, budget for the vacations, and try not to let it all just sift away. Because I think that if women are much more, less prone to impulse buying, they can secure their financial future, and I think that's much more important than the momentary buzz of just buying something on a whim.
Were you able to save?
Yes, very much. I actually, in the course of my career, raised 2 children, sent them to private schools. They got through college without loans, and bought a house. I managed to take care of everything that a 2-parent family can do, simply by being extremely practical about money.
And what were the priorities that you set for your household as you were raising your family?
There were pretty simple priorities. House came first, health and well-being of the children, education. After that, travel. Now that sounds like an indulgence, but in fact, travel broadens children, and it is part of the educational process. So I always budgeted for travel, and then the sort of latest gadgets, latest toys, that sort of thing. It was not something I particularly bought for them. I remember one time a video game system came out, and the guys wanted it. I have 2 boys, so it helps a little bit. But they wanted this brand new gee whiz thing, and I rented it. I rented it for the weekend. They played it, and I returned it, and we were done with that. I didn't spend all that money on something that would be obsolete in 6 months.
How did you deal with things like shoes, like sneakers and that kind of thing for the guys, or sports stuff?
They had what they needed. I think that so much is spent on other things that children don't need. They never felt the lack of. We did not go out to dinner a lot. We went out to dinner on special occasions. We cooked, and it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's very practical. We didn't just say, "Oh, I'm so tired, let's go out to dinner." We, went shopping, and I included the children in doing that. The food preparation, it creates bonding. And when we went out to dinner, it was for somebody's birthday.
Those are really, really wise words. So thank you very much.
Thanks for interviewing me.
Appreciate
Pleasure.
it. Thanks. See you next time, right here on Fem-nominal.